I'm feeling very vulnerable this evening. Indeed, I've been being beamed at all day, which has basically paralyzed me. Indeed, I've just kind of been curled up in a ball and unable to really do anything. I haven't been too successful at surfing the microwaves today. Indeed, I also didn't get enough sleep last night, so I've basically just been, yeah, being attacked by beams and napping, I suppose. Indeed, I'm feeling very vulnerable. Hmm. But society seems ready to tear itself apart. Indeed, society seems ready to tear me apart. Indeed, society has already tried to tear me apart many times. Indeed, everyone hates me. Everyone hates me because of the things I say. It's very interesting being a targeted individual schizophrenic in modern Britain because, in my case, everybody hates me. But that's just the way it is, I guess. And I'm not going to let that destroy me or stop me from making videos or anything. Indeed, it's going to take a while for views to begin to rise. Indeed, I expect it's difficult for anyone to find their way to this channel because the intelligence services will try and keep this channel a closely guarded secret. Indeed, I do wonder why the intelligence services are so scared of me and why they attack me with beams for the majority of the day. It's a strange situation, and I'm not entirely sure what it was exactly that I said that caused the original beaming in 2020, which has continued more or less ever since, apart from a while in hospital where it stopped, probably because they realized they had me contained. But as soon as I started studying conspiracies again, the beaming started again, which is very interesting because it leads me to the conclusion that the perpetrators operating this technology can see through my eyes and therefore can see me, could have seen me in the hospital picking up and reading a book on, for instance, the Hellfire Clubs, and then starting the beaming again. Indeed, the Hellfire Club networks date back to the early 1700s, and there seems to be a close connection between the Hellfire Club networks, the Freemasons, and the ancient order of Druids. Indeed, Sir Philip Wharton was not only a high level Hellfire Club initiate, he was also the Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of England and a chief Druid in the ancient order of Druids. Indeed, I surmised recently that the networks of the MI6 and Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst are a continuation of the Anglo-German Druid orders and the Druid orders that ruled Britain pre-Roman domination, and the Druid orders that ruled Germany, and many of which were never actually conquered by Rome. And these networks had a hybrid conflict with the networks of the secret police of the later days of the Roman Empire, who rebranded themselves as the Roman Catholic Church. Indeed, the Roman Catholic Church was and is just a continuation of the descendants of the Roman secret police. Indeed, to add to this, the faith of Ishmael in the 600s in Arabia was actually created by the Vatican, thereby was created by the Roman secret police of the last days of the Roman Empire, created the faith of Ishmael. Indeed, the holy book of the faith of Ishmael was originally written in Latin, and this is a secret kept closely guarded by the leaders of the faith of Ishmael. Indeed, the networks that set it up seem to have been networks of Augustinian monks in the desert who were druids and wished to create a messiah for the populations of the Arabian Peninsula, which served some sort of geostrategic and geopolitical agenda of the Roman Catholic Church, i.e., the Roman Empire's secret police at the time. However, I believe they were unable to control their original experiment and have basically been trying to contain it to a degree ever since. Indeed, there is a quote by British intelligence chief operative Albert Pike stating, "We, i.e., the Illuminati Freemason networks, control the faith of Ishmael and will use it to destroy the West." Now, I do not believe this is necessarily a literal statement, but it's very interesting because the faith of Ishmael as a whole does seem to be controlled by British intelligence operations and networks of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. These networks do seem to have control of the adherents of the faith of Ishmael and use them for their geostrategic and geopolitical ambitions and aims. And the faith of Ishmael and the Roman Catholic Church seem to have a lot of dirt on each other and have basically mutually agreed as clerics not to expose the truth about one another's faiths, which could bring their dominion over their subjects crashing to an end. However, I'm a little bit baffled by the quote by Albert Pike I have recently quoted, as I stated in a previous video that I do not believe that the networks of the faith of Ishmael are a threat to the West. However, Albert Pike seems to believe that the faith of Ishmael is to be used for some sort of agenda. However, he has also stated that in the final conflagration, the political Zionists and the leaders of the faith of Ishmael will basically annihilate each other, which adds a different spin to it. And that seems to be more the case of what is occurring, especially with the current conflict in the Middle East and the effect that is having on the dialectic here in Britain, whereby we are approaching a hybrid civil war situation, simultaneous to which will take place a covert intelligence war between the many feuding factions of British intelligence itself. Indeed, British intelligence is not entirely unified, and there are many penetrations of the service, and there are many factions, all working for different agendas and aims. And while a hybrid civil war occurs in the UK between the ethno-nationalists on one side and the faith of Ishmael adherents and the political left on the other, a covert intelligence war will go on, often using mafia proxies in a hybrid conflict themselves. And this seems to be the way that things are gearing up. Indeed, the Russian intelligence networks will be looking to take advantage of the situation also to attempt to sort out their own country through the incidences that are occurring in Britain. Indeed, China will also have a keen interest in the UK hybrid civil war. However, I haven't yet come to a conclusion on China because It seems that all Communist Party machinations are controlled by German long range intelligence operations, and therefore China may actually be basically a colony of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst, being used as a laboratory for the type of surveillance and digital state that the MI6 DVD networks wish to implement in the West. However, I am yet to fully garner a theory on that yet, and I shall continue to work on these topics. Indeed, the fact that the Faith of Ishmael was created by the Vatican causes many people to have basically a literal breakdown in their minds. However, this is actually the case, that the Faith of Ishmael was created by the descendants of the Roman Empire's secret police, who had rebranded themselves as the Roman Catholic Church and wished to create a Messiah for the populations of the Arabian Peninsula. And perhaps they didn't foresee quite how influential the experiment would be in the end, or they did, and it was always to be used as the sword of the church, thereby the sword of the Roman secret police. However, the Faith of Ishmael has since been co opted by British intelligence and the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst, and they have also themselves penetrated and infiltrated and eventually taken over the entire Vatican intelligence structure. And the Faith of Ishmael networks are now completely in the control of the British and German intelligence services, as are the intelligence services of the Holy See. The entity is, in recent years, finally under the control of British and German intelligence, though this has been building up for a long time. Indeed, during the Second World War, the German intelligence networks had a controlling percentage of the Vatican networks, and this led to such operations as Operation Ratline, which was itself run in coordination with Anglo American intelligence structures. Indeed, there has also been a crossover between Vatican and Russian, previously Soviet, intelligence, especially through such figures as Count Anton Turkel, who was not only an Order of Malta Hospitaller but also a Sovereign Order of St. John Romanov network operative, but he was primarily a GRU agent. However, he had a heavy connection to the Vatican and was infiltrating the Vatican with networks of GRU priests. However, these were almost probably actually Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst agents. Despite seeming to be GRU agents, they were most probably Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst agents and operating as part of the Anglo-German networks for the implementation of the Bavarian Illuminati's technocratic order. Indeed, it's all very interesting. As I was stating, everybody seems to hate me. I think they find me very, very annoying. However, I find myself rather amusing and do not wish to waste my time with the fact that these people hate me. In fact, I find it quite complimentary, and I shall endeavour to be as annoying as possible in the future for these people. Indeed, I'm starting to tire in my brain a little bit now, so I'm going to leave it there. until potentially tomorrow morning. Thank you.